video, I'm going to show you my fabulous 6 ways to make an effort with PR when your business is up against the wall. Okay, so let's get the old cliches out of the way first. 2020 has been a bit of a year, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. And let's face it, 2020 is almost behind us. Okay, so first of all in this video, I want to talk to you about my predictions for public relations in 2021. There is too much talk about strategies on this and communications on that, but the bottom line is that we are talking to human beings who are both tired and bored. PR agencies, if they want to survive in 2021, need to stop looking up their own trends, put down their egos and start listening. Tried and tested marcoms are very definitely going to be out of the window. The world needs a new message. It wants its pain and exhaustion to be recognised. This is where I think public relations has incredible leverage. It needs to be the strong ambassador for each and every business that it should be. Messages should be clear and with a firm CTA, that's call to action. Yet the messages that we've had in 2020 have been far from clear. They have, let's face it, been as clear as mud. Take a look at your communications expert, your PR manager, or your marketing department, or if it's just you as a sole trader, then take a look in the mirror. So in this video, we're going to cover 2 things of significant importance. 1, how to make PR work for your business, and 2, the key PR strategies you need to be implementing for 2021. So how do we make PR work for your business when your back is against the wall? You're a business. You've got this far in 2020, but looking back on what should have been a profitable year for you, and somehow you've managed to join the queue at government handout time. So what do you do now? You're facing, like millions of other businesses, a pretty bleak future. Many of us are picking up old career roles where we once left them to become entrepreneurs and considering closing the shop door for good. But stop, there is a Superman in sight. Now, I'm not going to waste your time delving into what PR stands for, but I will say only this. PR is about building good customer relationships with your audience. Get that right and your customers will be falling over themselves to get to your services and your products. So, time is of the essence. Let's crack on. Let's be completely simple about it here. PR is about gaining the trust and the attention of the public, building your brand in a rather beautiful light. Now, PR might have been pardoned in the past for being the designer handbag on the arm of the multi-million-pound brands. Is that a lot of SMEs still think this is the case. They think that PR is not for people who are small, who are sole traders, but yet public relations, really, it can be for the benefit of everybody. PR is essentially free when it's done properly. And I honestly think that millions of businesses are missing a pretty cool trick if they are not using it. Cashing in on some great PR activity is a damn sight cheaper than blowing a budget on your standard marketing. It's brilliantly cost effective and can save you a heck of a lot of headaches in the long run. PR is a long-term strategy. It is a long-term investment. But would you honestly say, hand on heart, you would rather build a very definite future of 10,000 quid, say, in your pocket than attempt to grab a few quid out of the air today, which might not even be in your reach and you'll have to part with in the next couple of days to spend on yet more marketing? Still not convinced? Well, we'll see. Number 1. Now, I don't have to remind you that 2020 pretty much wiped everybody out. Millions of business owners were reluctantly dipping into savings just to keep a roof over their heads. Even more of a reason why you should consider PR in the next year. All you have to do is fork out a little bit more time now and plan properly. Start by thinking how you would like your business to be perceived by the public. Forget customer research for a second, but consider how you want to be seen by your adoring fans. For that matter, why do they adore you? And start from there. Consider your actions rather than your copy for a moment, and get working on the press to take note of you and your business. Get into the rhythm now in how the world has changed over the last 12 months and what the public now expects from your industry. If you're stuck, put your consumer head on and think about what it is that you personally like from the brands that you now currently buy from. What is it that allows you to gain their trust, make you spell out how wonderful you think they are to your friends and your family? These are the key communication elements that you can implement into your own business. Number 2. Who wants an instant sale from a cold customer with no effort whatsoever? Well, we all do. So how does it sound to get every cold lead to buy from you, no question, time and time again? This is how good PR works. If your message is on cue, it doesn't matter if that customer has never even heard of you before. They will buy from you instantly. Get on song with your audience, and not only will they become your marketing department, but they will become your return customers as well. It will do over advertising time and time again. If you can speak to the customer on an emotional level and really understand their pain points, then you have nailed it. You want your audience to be talking about you to other people that they know, and thankfully social media has made this process a heck of a lot faster. No matter how great your advertising campaigns are, if your PR is poor, then no new people are going to come and buy from you. The 21st century consumer is savvy, wised up, and very careful before they buy from somebody. That in itself is an excellent reason, after all, to switch over to public relations for your business. Number 3. PR doesn't have to be the element that takes everything else away. You don't have to give up on your advertising and marketing and just focus on PR instead. No. It can work hand in hand, and of course it should do. All you need to do is take a considerable amount of time to plan your campaigns and monitor your results. Think image first and foremost, and build a campaign that has this primarily in its mind. You want to build a positive image of your brand by building communications and the relationships with your audience to a strong positive level. There are countless ways that PR can boost areas of your business. Whether you are a small business or even a sole trader, PR can help where other advertising and marketing campaigns simply can't. If you have a disgruntled employee who's bad-mouthing you on Facebook, that can actually end up doing more damage. A PR plan should add a section in for what we call crisis management. And this section is not just for big companies. You need, even when you are small, some sort of contingency plan to deal with bad publicity or even just a bad review on your business. Nothing should ever be ignored, especially when you're small. Often it might be just ironing out a case of misinformation about your product or your service. Make sure you are on top of what's being said about you all the time. Add your own business name to a Google alert. Don't get paranoid about it. Don't be looking yourself up every 5 minutes, but just make a regular check to see what people are saying about you. Remember, a bad review can be ironed out with great publicity. So see even everything negative as an opportunity to build your positive image. That really is the best way of seeing it. Number 5. Thanks to the internet and its infinite capacity, anything published on the net stays there and stays there and stays there. Years ago, there was a saying that went, "Today's news is tomorrow's fish and chip paper." Well, that was used for traditional newspaper media. But now with the internet, once something is published, it inherently stays there forever and can always be found. Which is great news for good publicity, but not so good when it's bad. This is why it's a good idea to always jump on bad publicity, see it as an opportunity to turn it around, because bad reviews, of course, are going to stay there as long as good stuff. And number 6. This goes back to my last point about delivering value, keeping on top of your positive brand image and never letting that go. As said before, PR is a long-term investment and can pay back dividends, but you need to be planning and you need to have a firm commitment as to how you're going to manage your new PR campaigns and what you want your image to be like. So my idea, really, my best plan for you is to commit round about an hour or so a week while you're working on your PR campaign, when you are looking at posting on your social media and you're writing your blogs. Make sure that you are putting in an element of goodwill and value as well into everything that you do. Make sure that you are telling the press, your local press, about what you're doing. And if you are going to do an activity, an event, make sure that you are going to be analysing the results as well. PR agencies are very good for taking over your campaigns for you. If you want to learn much more about this, then do check out my PR courses for business. You will find them great fun and very insightful for making that very important PR campaign for 2021. Well, that just about wraps it up for today. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more PR for business, and I will see you in the next show. Thank you very much and bye for now.